B2B marketing has changed massively over the last couple of years. Strategies that worked 2 to 4 years ago are simply no longer effective. I know this after working with dozens of B2B software, SaaS, and service companies to drive significant impact to their pipeline, qualified leads, and revenue. So we know exactly what works and what doesn't. In this video, I'm going to break down the strategies you need to be using for your B2B marketing in 2025 and beyond so you can start growing your revenue and growing your business. Let's dive in. Up first, we've got SEO, search engine optimization, the practice of getting your website to position 1 in Google's organic, their non-paid search results. It's still one of the most common ways that B2B prospects use when they want to find a new solution, piece of software, service, or vendor. If you don't invest in it, the chances are every time a dream client is going to Google and searching for perhaps your service, your software, your solution, comparing you to alternatives, or looking for problems that you solve, your competitors are going to be showing up, stealing potential traffic. They're going to be stealing mind share, brand awareness, but most importantly, they're going to be enjoying a steady stream of organic leads, demos, signups, or revenue just because you neglected SEO. So investing in a solid SEO program means you can drive a consistent flow of high quality traffic to your website and start driving a steady flow of leads, demos, and revenues. So at Breaking B2B, when it comes to SEO, there's a few practices that we recommend. The first is identifying your money, your commercial keywords, understanding exactly what a dream client would search for when they're ready to have a sales conversation around your offer and matching those to long tail keywords that someone might type into Google when they need it. So that could be if you sell software, for example, in the calendar scheduling space, best calendar scheduling software or best calendar scheduling tools. Or a common practice in software is they compare you to alternatives. So it might be they're looking for competitor alternatives or competitor pricing, competitor reviews, or they're looking directly for a service in a niche. So that might be best calendar scheduling software for recruitment or sales or HR. So really identifying exactly what dream clients search for when they're ready to have a sales conversation around your offer, and then running that through a tool like Href, SEMrush, or similar. And quite often these high intent money keywords have lower search volume, but higher buying intent. The next step is building content that's going to rank for these dream client keywords that are going to drive leads, demos, or revenue. And quite a lot of the time that's simply by searching those keywords on Google, seeing what the top 3 organic search results, and understanding what type of page Google favors. Is it a comparison like a top 10 listicle? Is it a landing page? Is it a solution page, a product page? Understanding what type of content ranks and working out the gaps in that current content. How can we make our page more helpful, useful, educational, trustworthy, and more convincing to those dream clients? A lot of this weaves in customer research so we can attack directly their goals, their pain points, the impact of not fixing that problem, and then show trust signals, social proof, reviews, testimonials, weave in examples of our product or our service we're offering, and then clear call to actions to take that next step. So identify money keywords, build best-in-class content, do some standard technical SEO, making sure your URL is on your focus keyword, your H1 tag is relevant to your keyword, sorting the meta title and description, and then weaving in your focus keyword in your content, but making sure it has that customer research behind it. And then having a bias towards publishing content at speed, so you can start outranking giant competitors. And then of course, building backlinks, those more competitive keywords, niche relevant links from relevant sites. We can start boosting the website authority and start getting those tough to rank keywords organic position 1, and over time you can start attracting those dream clients that are searching for your service, searching for your solution, searching for problems you solve, or comparing alternatives to drive quality traffic and drive quality leads. As an example, we recently worked with a B2B SaaS company called WildSpark. We got them organic position 1 for a bunch of keywords within 30 days around competitor alternatives and similar, driving demos shortly after. And we recently worked with another client, the B2B Playbook. We helped them outrank HubSpot within just 50 days, and within 67 days they started driving pipeline and getting closed won revenue. Up next, we've got your website. This is going to be the top conversion machine where all your hard-earned B2B traffic is going to visit to decide if you're trustworthy enough to warrant a sales conversation or for them to get in touch, take a trial, or whatever your next step is. Your website can quite literally be your very best or very worst salesperson, all dependent on how you treat it. So imagine you're taking a demo with a sales rep or a solution you're evaluating, and all they do is talk about themselves, how great they are, how awesome they are, and awards they've won. Probably going to put you off. They haven't taken the time to learn about you, shared problems they solve, understand if you actually care, if it's a good fit, and more. Your website's the same. If you just use your website to plaster how great you are, then it's probably going to repel more prospects than it should. I've actually interviewed over 410 B2B marketing execs on my podcast, Breaking B2B. And from that research, I understand that they want to quickly see exactly what you do, why they should choose you, and how it helps them. So your homepage should clearly detail that. Then they want to know results, so proof of results that you've brought for customers, clients, and similar. They want to see your product in action. So if you're a B2B software company or SaaS, they want to see under the hood, maybe a live demo, screenshots, GIFs, video run-throughs, or if you're a service company, video examples, and all that good stuff. They want to check out the pricing and make sure they can actually afford your solution and it's within their budget. They want to get answers to their common questions, so with relevant FAQs and or objections on specific pages. And then based upon checking all those boxes, they want to be able to easily schedule and book a time with a salesperson. So that could be with a calendar scheduling tool, so they can check a time that works on a day that works and book in that slot. That's the research. So that's what you want to aim to your B2B website. When it comes to a process, so most of the time we like to start with customer research. So try to interview, if you can, 7 to 10 recently won customers to understand things like the main problem they came to you to fix, why they chose you over competitors. If you've got an existing website, understand things like what they feel is missing on your existing website and any other reasons why they almost didn't choose you or that they feel is better on other competitors' websites. You can leverage all this intel. You can look for patterns in that research in terms of the responses, so you can start leveraging it into your website headlines on your homepage, your messaging, and weaving it into core pages like your homepage, services, products, demo page if relevant, pricing, book a call, demo, whatever it may be. So you can make sure your website really attracts, resonates, qualifies, builds trust with, and converts those dream clients into a steady stream of leads, signups, or sales calls for your team. We recently worked with Revenue Hero. I did some consulting with them on their B2B SaaS website, and from there, they're driving a steady flow of demos for their sales team. Up next, we've got podcasting. It's still something that's overlooked and neglected by many B2B companies. It's a way to build a personal relationship when folks are listening or watching your show, become famous in your niche, in your industry, and start driving qualified leads, revenue, or even other means of revenue through things like sponsorships, partnerships, and much, much more. There's a bunch of plays that work when it comes to running a B2B podcast. One could be an ABM and account-based marketing strategy with guest interviews. So you make a list of your dream clients, maybe top 75 accounts, and you invite those prospects onto your show. Maybe you reach out via LinkedIn or a custom video message or similar, and you run a great interview with them. You get them to share practical tips, insights, and etc. on their industry. You promote it. So you record it on video, and you promote it on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, etc. Maybe you do video promo clips that you share with them, the assets. You build up a relationship with this prospect, and eventually they might come to you for business. You might weave in the conversation about problem a client or send work your way. The next way is through solo episodes. So rather than guests, you talk specifically about valuable insights, industry ideas, experiments, case studies, whatever's relevant to your niche and industry. Become a thought leader almost through your video or audio podcast content. Another is to interview famous folks within your niche and industry and build an audience that way by almost piggybacking off their audience. Or the fourth way is actually to guest on other podcasts that have already got an audience. I love to use a site called Listen Notes. You can actually type in your industry. In my industry, I type in SaaS marketing or B2B marketing, look for the top rated podcast and pitch the hosts, the guests on their show, introduce yourself, talk about practical tips that their audience can learn from. So in my case, I talk about B2B marketing, SaaS marketing, SEO, websites, share really valuable insights. We've been running the Breaking B2B podcast for almost 5 years, and it's been a great source to build trust, grow my following, actually get leads from guests we've had. And on solo episodes, we've driven a steady trickle of leads through the audio podcast, through YouTube, and through the newsletter following over time. And next up, we've got LinkedIn organic content. LinkedIn is the biggest B2B platform on the web. Chances are, if you're in B2B services, tech, software, or SaaS, your prospects are quite likely to be hanging out on there. It's a great way to build an audience, grow your network, drive inbound leads, become almost a thought leader in your niche or your industry, drive partnerships, even if you're looking to hire. Now, the process we follow at Breaking B2B for LinkedIn is reasonably straightforward. First off, map out your ICP, your ideal client profile, and LinkedIn Sales Navigator enables you to send 200 requests each and every week, which I advise. So in our case, we target marketing leaders like marketing directors, CMOs, demand gen leaders, etc., tech companies. So we'll look to connect with those each and every week. We'll comment on folks' posts, do a few comments a day to boost our reach in the algorithm. So it could be industry partners, could be potential prospects, could be friends in the industry or similar, posting my thoughts, ideas, tips, and insights on their post. And then posting myself content from videos, image posts, or long form text posts, anything from breakdown tips. So in our case, tips and strategies around B2B marketing, SaaS SEO, and similar. It could be a case study that I break down exactly how we did it. It could be a video, a short form video, which is performing really well at the time of recording on LinkedIn. Could even be a meme or a GIF. The whole point is to attract the audience initially and give some kind of value, whether that's funny, educational content, helpful, informative, or similar. And sometimes at the bottom of posts, we'll do a CTA, call to action. That could be check out my lead magnet, check out my newsletter, or check out a podcast, wherever you want to guide the audience. And over time, you can build up engagement. You can stay top of mind. So it's not just to instantly get leads. As we know, B2B, the buying cycles can be quite long. It's about staying top of mind, building up your audience over time, and becoming the thought person. So when they need your offer, when they need the problem you solve, they come to you directly. This has been a great way to drive a steady stream of leads for Breaking B2B over the years. The next strategy is probably going to surprise you. Cold calling. Yep, not dead yet. In fact, it still works, because from my experience in B2B, there's not that many folks actually doing it, or at least doing it that well. It's a way to break through the clutter, the noise of social DMs, spam, email spam, or similar. And it's a way to connect directly with those folks you actually want to be doing business with. And I advise following quite a straightforward strategy. We usually start with a pattern interrupt. So something like, hey Steve, or hey Janice, you're probably going to absolutely hate me. It's a dreaded cold call. Do you want to hang up now, or can I grab 30 seconds? They usually get a bit of a chuckle and then say, well, go on then, what do you want to discuss? What are you trying to sell me? And to which you can lead with an opening statement that drives the top 3 pain points that you solve. So at Breaking B2B, we'd say something like, marketing leaders often bring us in because they're tired of seeing competitors above them in organic search results, or maybe they invest in ads and SEO already, but their website's not converting that hard-earned traffic into leads or pipeline, or they have an agency helping with some of this, but are a bit concerned they're not actually delivering results to leads, pipeline, and revenue. Any of those ring a bell? So pain point based messaging for your talk track, and a pattern interrupt to break through the noise and then strike up a conversation to see if it resonates with those dream clients. Like I say, not that many folks actually cold call. And all you need to do is get a list of targeted data and get a dialer so you don't have to manually dial on your cell phone or mobile phone. And then you can start doing it. I started doing it for a couple hours a week just because I was messing around on social platforms and LinkedIn and thought I could actually invest this time while I scale the business, try out cold calling to my OCP. And it has been a way that's driven quite a decent amount of revenue along with the other channels that we're diving into on this video. You could give it a try yourself, or you could always hire a team to help you. Next up, we've got newsletter. And just like your website, this is a great way to build a foundational asset that you actually own and have control of, unlike social media, where you're almost limited to the algorithm. Your impressions could be limited and your reach can be limited. Just like with a website, it's a foundational asset and you can own that list. So a newsletter is a solid way to stay top of mind with prospects, share value, share tips, and every so often have a call to action. How can you build a newsletter audience? Well, I did mine through call to actions and lead magnets. So on YouTube videos, on podcast episodes, or on LinkedIn content, every now and then I'd have a call to action. So check out my SEO playbook, or check out my mini website guide, or check out my step-by-step checklist, and folks would get a really valuable asset that they might otherwise pay for that's that useful and helpful. And in return, we'd ask for their email address. It's something we've grown to 1,500 plus B2B marketers on the Breaking B2B newsletter. I share week daily tips, insight stories, weird experiments, case studies around SaaS marketing and B2B marketing to stay top of mind, and it drives a steady trickle of leads. And last but definitely not least is referrals. It's probably the strongest form of marketing, word of mouth, a solid way to grow your business and get super hot leads, as there's nothing really more trustworthy than an existing customer that knows, likes, trusts you, believes in your work, introducing another potential client your way, a super hot lead. Plus, it costs you $0 or pounds or marketing spend. So how can you get them? Well, at Breaking B2B, our process for asking for referrals is super straightforward. As soon as we deliver some kind of result, or the client's happy, or we get some great feedback, we'd say something simple like, really glad that you're happy with these results. Who do you know? Who can you introduce us to that might be struggling with this problem? Or who do you know that could benefit from what we've just done for you? And ask for a simple intro. It could be an email intro, it could be a LinkedIn message, could be a Slack message, could be something similar, or even they pass you their number or their contact on LinkedIn. You could even mock them up a template intro, like they say something like, hey Janice, or hey Steve, recently worked with these guys at this company. They delivered us this result. Remember you saying you were struggling with XYZ? We think they could could actually help you fix that problem. Probably worth you guys linking up, and then if they can copy you into an email or a LinkedIn message or similar, super way to get a hot lead and inbound intro. This is something we do all the time at Breaking B2B to get a nice flow of extra inbound leads at no extra cost, just a little bit of effort. And there you have it. Those are my top B2B marketing strategies for 2025 and beyond. You've probably noticed that quite a lot of these are going to take a lot of time, resource, effort, energy, and more to make a success. Now, if you want to skip that learning curve and work with a team that's tried and tested for working with B2B service, tech, and SaaS companies for driving qualified leads, pipeline, and revenue, why not book a call with us? breakingb2b.com. You can chat to me direct. We can discuss any current frustrations and your goals when it comes to B2B marketing and see if we're a good fit to work together. So head over to breakingb2b.com or hit the link below to book a call with myself, or you can try our newsletter for weekday tips, insights, ideas, case studies, and experiments to grow your B2B marketing and make it a success. And with that, I should catch you on the next video. Cheers.